Guess who it is? You couldn't possibly guess who it is. I'm a little quiet. Guess who it is? It's yours truly. Hi! Hi. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm having a wonderful day, and by a wonderful day, I mean I just woke up a couple minutes ago, and you know what? That's fine. I may or may not have been slightly late to my own stream by 1 minute, but you know what? It's okay. It's 1 minute. It's 1 minute. May or may not have been frantically setting up a bunch of other stuff in the background while the starting screen was playing, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. See, it's okay. Why? Let me tell you. If I just sit here and struggle, then things will eventually come up together, you know? Like, eventually things will just start working out. Just a tiny little bit. So, that's what I've been trying to do. Regardless of that. Hi. Hi. I am actually working on, and have been working on, a couple little treats for everybody. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, Spade, what could you possibly be working on? Well, I, for a hot minute, have been really wanting to make a couple, coloring pages. Just some basic little Halloween coloring pages. So that's what I've been kind of working on in the background a tiny bit, because I really do want that, just a few coloring pages, man. It's nothing crazy, but I feel like it's a little something to add to the pile. The thing with that is that, my sleeping schedule is completely fucking flipped. Now, let me tell you something. I have been sleeping a nice, solid, average 12 hours a day. Is that healthy? Absolutely not. You know what, though? At least I acknowledge the fact that it is not healthy at all whatsoever. But I digress. I did very much so make a purchase randomly at around 3 a.m. a couple days ago. Probably not in my best thinking state. And you know what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with making a couple interesting purchases on occasion. I have bought and I have purchased whatchamacallit? Mad Father. I don't know if any of you still remember what Mad Father is. I remember what Mad Father is. I actually fell in love with the game as a child because I loved the art style. That's actually one of the first drawings that I made, aside from, like, you know, the My Little Pony. When I say one of the first drawings I made, I mean one of the first ones where you could tell what it was. What was the name of the main character again? See, that's the thing. My brain does not have a very fun memory. I think it was, I don't remember if it starts with a K. Yeah, I think it was Kaya. Was it Kaya or was it? Yeah, I think it was Kaya. So, the main character is this little girl named Kaya, and I'm not going to spoil a lot, mainly because I don't have the memory right now. BunBun's a little dry for words. Regardless of that, the game is beautiful, a little dark. It's fine. I have always wanted to actually be able to play that game, even though I've never been a horror game person, and I don't think I'm actually going to be able to make it through that game without, you know, just dying a tiny little bit inside, but it's fine. We're fine. We're good. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we're good. We're gonna be good because, if I don't struggle on Saturday Suffering, what is Saturday Suffering? That's the whole point of it, right? I'm not going to be playing it this week, but I am going to start playing it next week, and I do plan on actually sitting down and trying to finish the game. I cannot call myself a gamer. I have tried very hard. I have the reflexes for it. I have anxiety without having anxiety, so I struggle a little bit with certain games. Because I'll sit there, and I'll play COD, right, with my sister on occasion. It's been a while since that's happened, but sometimes I'll sit down and I'll play COD with my sister, or I'll just watch her play, and I don't get anxious at all. But then sometimes I get anxious at tic-tac-toe. Now, I want you to riddle me this, Batman. How the fuck do I not get anxious at a shooting game? But I do get anxious at tic-tac-toe. See, there are some, I don't know what is wrong with my brain. Obviously there's something wrong. I mean, When I walk, you hear a rattle, but, you know, aside from that, it's... I'm not going to have a fun time playing this game, even though I completely love it. And when I say I love it, I mean I absolutely love the idea and the way that the game is. It makes me happy just to think about. I'm actually kind of antsy, because I do want to play the game. Because Mad Father, like, I don't remember the entire story, and I think that's the best part about it. That it is one of my favorite, like, I guess story-wise and lore-wise, it's one of my favorite, like, things that I have nostalgia with. But it is a horror game, and it is not just a horror game. It is not just a horror game. I can't speak. It's not just a horror game. It's also, how do I word this? It's also a survival horror game. Meaning I have to survive. You don't just sit there and get bitched by whatever the fuck is trying to scare you. No. You have to go, and you have to keep yourself alive. See, that's my problem with horror games. If I could just sit there, you know, and take the scares and scream and jump, that's fine. Having to think while under the pressure of being absolutely fucking mortified is the part that fucks me up the most. Because if I could sit there, you know, and just get screamed at by like a living doll, or like piss myself with a clown laughing in the background, I don't fucking know. If one of those happens, I'm fine. But the fact that a lot of these games, horror games specifically, I have to sit there and take it and feel the anxiety while everything is chasing me down to hell, right? That's my problem. Because I can't take it. I can't take the anxiety. But you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna do it for you guys. I don't know how I'm going to survive through that, but it'll be fine. It won't be. I'm not gonna be fine. It's okay. Case in point, horror games. Cannot handle them, cannot deal with them. Am I gonna sit down and do it anyway? Yes. Why? Because it's called Saturday Suffering, and what fun is it if I'm not screaming, shaking, and pissing myself, right? Because eventually, I'll hit a point with a lot of these horror games. I'll hit a point where it's like, okay, I'm going to see what happens, and I'm just gonna move ahead, right? I'm gonna scream and cry at a lot of the jump scares, because in my head I'm like, oh, crap, I have to do this, but then something else is like scaring the crap out of me. I'm done. I'm gone. Consider BunBun no longer alive. But that aside, Mad Father? Oh my goodness. I really do. I have a love for that game that is so incredibly strong. I have an incredibly strong love for that game. So, I'm gonna suffer, but I'm gonna love it so much, because I think the main character's name, the little girl, I think her name is Kaya. Kaya, I think? I don't know. I was never actually able to play the game myself. I just remembered watching a lot of, just playthroughs and such. See, because that's the thing. Like I said, I can take the scare, you know, if I don't punch my monitor, I can take the scare. I just can't I can't be fending for myself while I take the scare, you know? Because then I'm just, like, distracted, and then my brain doesn't know how to take the scare, and then I just, I end up having a not-so-wonderful time. Regardless of that, like I was saying, I keep circling back to that because I know I'm not gonna have a good time with that game. I'm gonna have a horrible time with that game. Even though I love it to bits and pieces, I'm going to absolutely hate the entire time that I'm playing that game. One thing about that game, though, if I remember correctly, because like I said, I can't really rely on my memory too much, like, for some things. I don't have a bad memory. It's just been years since I thought about the game. So I remember a few things, but I don't remember all of it. But the main, like, story does have multiple endings, and I'm really, really excited about that specifically. Am I going to sit there and force myself to play the game more than once? No. Am I happy that the option is available? Yes. I don't know how I'm gonna survive through any of these coming Saturdays. 'Cause this... in honor of the FNAF movie coming out. I think it's on the 27th that the movie is coming out. In honor of that happening, right, I was like, you know what? There's one Five Nights at Freddy's game that I have had in my Steam library for about 2 years now, or maybe like a year and a half. I've just had it in there. I have not touched it. I downloaded it, I uninstalled it, I downloaded it again, I uninstalled it. Always on and off. I never actually got around to playing it, and I was like, you know what? The FNAF movie is gonna come out. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie is gonna come out this year. Been waiting for that movie to come out for the longest time. Because since I was... FNAF is always... It needed a movie. Let's be honest, it needed a movie. But, I've just had it in there. And it's one of the only free games. Oh my goodness. It's one of the only free games that Five Nights at Freddy's has to offer. And it is the Pizzeria Simulator. And I was planning on playing that on Saturday. I already hate myself for putting it on the schedule. I very much so hate myself for already putting it on the schedule. I'm going to hate it even more as time goes on. And that's okay, because we're here to watch BunBun suffer. Is that or is that not correct? I think it is. I think it very much so is correct. Just the thought of having to sit down and play a horror game is making me anxious. So you guys are going to have a lot of fun watching that, because I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna suffer quite a bit. I don't know how I'm going to even go about this. I'm gonna have to restrain my hands in order to not make another broken monitor and or drawing tablet. And that's really not gonna be a fun time for me. I don't know what I'm gonna do to stop myself from physically punching. Man, okay, no, listen. I'm not a violent person. I'm not. But when you see something flying at you, and the fight or flight response kicks in, and for some reason your brain is like, you know what you should do? You should hit it. You should just really, you should give that a right hook. The thing is, if something were to have crawled out of my screen that day, because I don't remember the specific game I was playing, but it was a jump scare that got me, that made me break the corner of my screen. But like I just said, the corner. If something had crawled out, I'm pretty sure that little right hook would have completely missed, and the BunBun would be a goner. Not my proudest moment. Not my proudest moment at all. But, you know, I feel like punching a monitor, because you think something is gonna come at you, is significantly better than actually having something come at you and then, like, responding in the worst way possible. Because the thing is, I jump at things I shouldn't jump at, and I freeze at things I shouldn't freeze at, right? For example, for the first time in my life, a couple years back, I went to a haunted house. Haunted maze, whatever you want to call it. It was a maze, and then it was like a hayride, and there was like another... It was a small little event. It was really well put together, though. Oh my goodness. I went with my mother. Y'all don't know a lot about my mother. Let me tell you something about my mother. She's where I got my gaming anxiety from. Now, with that in mind, I want you to picture this. A small woman desperately clinging to her daughter, like I could defend her, right? No, I cannot. Like, I could defend her, right? Just clinging, desperately, the poor thing, to me, going down a set of stairs with strobe lights, where there was a man hidden behind this one little, like, it wasn't a wall, it was like a little, like, fake temporary wall they put up, probably made out of, like, wood and plaster or something similar, right? And this man steps out from behind. My mother made me trip so incredibly and excessively hard on that staircase. She made me trip so painfully hard on that staircase that the person who was trying to scare us and who was trying to, like, get a scream and a reaction. Mind you, he did. My mother gave him all the reaction he could have possibly wanted from this job. I tripped so hard that the man who was supposed to be scaring us stopped scaring everybody in the vicinity and came up to me individually and asked me if I was okay. I don't know if I should feel insulted or thankful, but I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But you know what? If it makes the people at that house feel better, that trip was the only thing that got my heart going like crazy, so at least y'all did something. Like I said, I do not respond in the right way to things that I should respond the right way in. Because that whole house, it wasn't not scary. It was very well made, all the SFX was really cool, but that's the thing. My head does not get me into an, ooh, spooky booky, scary mode. It gets me more into an, ooh, that makeup is really cool. How'd they do that effect? How does that animatronic work? It gets me into that. So I can never really successfully be scared at any of those places. And recently as in last year, I went to a haunted house, or rather 3 haunted houses, all combined into one walk, with my cousin. I think you're gonna start to see a pattern here. This grown-ass man, and I say this with love in my heart, this grown-ass man, was clinging to my arm, desperately, for dear life. Clinging to my arm, with his eyes closed, hunched over, because I'm not even 5 feet, right? So this man, he's almost 6 feet tall. He's like 5'7"-ish, right? He's almost 6 feet tall. This is a grown-ass man clinging on to a 4'11" itty-bitty little bunny, right? Struggling for dear life. On the verge of tears, hugging onto my arm and then onto my entire body as I walk him through everything. And there were a couple times where he did not want to look up and I had to stop and I was like, please open your eyes. I'm not tripping down a staircase with you because I'm gonna no longer be alive, right? I don't want to be a decoration in the haunted house, essentially. So open your eyes, go down the stairs, and then he would do that. I thank whatever deity is in existence for the fact that there were no people at that time actually scaring in that little area. Because if there were, I'm pretty sure I would have been the new decoration on the floor. Probably got, you know, my head on the banister or something. But if you're starting to see a pattern here, I was amazed by all the animatronics and the scaring and and the makeup. Oh, the makeup was actually beautiful sometimes. The most I would do was, like, occasionally flinch if something did, like, really, really catch me off guard. But I didn't get scared. However, as of recently, I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys know what this means, I have become a bit of a pendeja, alright? Pendeja meaning, I guess, in today's language, a bit of a wuss, if you would. I recently screamed at the fact that there was a spider. I have never done that in my life. So, because I'm getting weak to these sorts of things, I decided to force myself to sit down and watch in pain as I play a horror game. Meaning, the entirety of Halloween is going to be filled with me, with BunBun, yours truly, ahaha, playing video games and suffering terribly. So, those games are probably going to be Five Nights at Freddy's themed, Mad Father, so any FNAF game that I can get my hands on, cause BunBun also broke. Mad Father, which I'm really, really, really excited to play because I just remember the story being so, I guess, alluring to me at the time. I remember the story being very, like, I cling to that story, like, a lot. It's not necessarily an uplifting or fun and funky story, it's just more of a, how do I commit word? Man, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't know how many times I've said this on stream. English? Every language just does not have enough words, man. I want to express myself sometimes, and so many words have been given double, triple, quadruple meanings to them that when I say something and I mean it in one way, everyone else takes it in one or the other way except the one way that I meant it. So I have to like be very, very careful with my verbiage because I confuse so many people so often. Cuz I do half of the say what you mean what you say. I say what I mean. But by dictionary definitions, a lot of the time, I don't mean what I say. So that confuses a lot of people. And I mean a lot of people. I have gotten my fair share of very strong misunderstandings solely off of the fact that I do not properly know what I'm trying to convey, so I say it the way society usually takes it. I use the Urban Dictionary most of the time. This is the best way to say it. I use the Urban Dictionary and the BunBun Dictionary more than I use the actual English, I don't know, Webster Dictionary, right? That confuses many, many people. I also have this weird tendency, which has caused me a lot of, this has caused me so many arguments. People will often think and often assume that I'm arguing with them because instead of saying and, I'll say but instead. I want to add to what they're saying. I'm not going against them, but because they already heard the but, a lot of people do this. They just kind of like, oh, this person is disagreeing with me, and they start going off on a tangent, and I'm like, what? Or sometimes I'll say, like, let's say someone tells me that the sky, this is a very recently used example, the sky is blue, right? Someone tells me the sky is blue. I don't disagree, right? I agree with them. The sky is very much so blue. It's a beautiful shade of blue. But I'll look at them and I'll say, but it's cloudy. I think you can see where the misunderstandings might go. It's not... I don't try to do it on purpose. Sometimes I do it on purpose just to, like, mess with people, but normally, I don't do it on purpose, right? But because this is a way that I communicate, and a way that I speak, and I am surrounded by people who love to debate, I get into many arguments, and they're not even necessarily arguments, because I'm sitting there with a smile on my face, just staring, confused for the most part, because I'm like, we've been talking in circles. Like, what are you saying? We've been talking in circles for the last 6 minutes. What are you talking about? I'm agreeing with you. And I will sometimes, a lot of the time actually, have to outright say, I agree with you, in order for someone to genuinely believe, oh, they agree with me. They're not arguing, right? I understand. I truly do. I understand that, you know, there could be some confusion with my verbiage. However, in my personal little experience, in my personal little BunBun experience, right, if these people would just listen to the stuff I was saying, instead of focusing on just the one, but, there wouldn't be any arguments, man. People have called me stubborn over it. I'm like, I'm agreeing with you, what do you mean? It's made me laugh. It has made me laugh more than a couple times, actually. If I had a nickel for every single time that someone has misconstrued something that I have said and thought I was arguing when I was agreeing with them, I think I would have enough money to solve world hunger. But like I was saying earlier, backtrack. I wanted to do some little coloring sheets for everyone and probably post them up on my Patreon. Not behind a paywall or anything, just so that I can post them in the highest quality, because I think that would be more convenient. Might be Twitter, might be Patreon, it might be might be just like YouTube community posts, but like, you know, I'll see, because I do want them to be high quality, and I don't want them to come out all pixely, right? So I was thinking about maybe just posting them on Patreon, no paywall, obviously. I want everyone to be able to color in some, I don't know, a pumpkin or something, you know, little coloring activity, right? But I've been working on that. Might be on Twitter, might be on Patreon, I'm not sure. Might be on both, shoot. Just wherever you find it, just grab it and join us in the coloring. Something else that will be done during the lovely little event I have planned on October 31st for Halloween, is going to be a little bit of a karaoke day. I have yet to make the list, but I'm working on the list of songs that I'm going to put into, you know, the whole little karaoke experience I'm gonna have going on. I'm also, this specifically I do want to do, because a lot of the time I've noticed that like a lot of VTubers are using like these very what is the word? I want to make free Halloween assets, just in general, for anybody who wants them. Those also might go to the Patreon, or hell, maybe I'll put them on Booth if I really, really want to get into that. But aside the point, what I'm saying is, I want to make little fun things for Halloween, and I want to be putting them out for the entirety of October, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. Not unique at all. However, it's Halloween and it's Christmas, okay? Therefore, Nightmare Before Christmas is a beautiful thing. But I really do love Halloween, because I cosplay, right? I cosplay in my spare time. I'm not going to deny that. I love cosplaying. Cosplaying makes me very happy. Absolutely adore it. But, what's better than randomly getting dressed up and going to, I don't know, Walmart or something in full cosplay? Actually getting candy for it. Actually getting candy for it for free, mind you. These people just let you have candy. They're just like, hey, take some, and I'm like, thank you. Bless your heart, right? So, there's nothing better than getting free candy, in my eyes. Especially while doing something that I absolutely love, which for me is cosplay. I really like just getting dressed up and doing the makeup and eye contacts and all that. I love it so much. Actually, eye contacts, oh my goodness. This year, I have Shunhei. I have Shunhei's cosplay. And that's going to be my Halloween outfit. Am I going to am I gonna go trick-or-treating in heels? Absolutely. You bet your beautiful, gorgeous face that I am definitely going out and doing trick-or-treating door to door, the entire street in pumps, okay? And I will be happy doing it. Well, probably like just stiletto heels. I have a pair of shoes there that I had for my graduation that still fit me, because I have not grown. I think I have middle school clothing that still fits me, because I don't think I'm gonna go from here. I strongly doubt I'm gonna grow from here. The only way I actually make it to 5 feet is with stiletto heels and a platform shoe. So, you know what? It's better, because I can be in a small confined space and still stretch. Oh, my height. My painful height. But, like I was gonna say, eye contacts. Ooh, lordy. Eye contacts. I had no trouble learning how to get them in, but the second time that I went to put them in, I did a boo-boo and I rubbed my eye. Don't do that. I rubbed my eye and I ended up kinda, maybe sorta, losing the eye contact behind my eye, freaked out, blinked a bunch, tried to get it out, failed, tried again, failed one more time, and then after about 30 minutes of suffering, I was finally like, oh, there it is, right, like the edge of it. So I grabbed it with my nail, I poked my nail into my eye, that hurt like a bitch, and then I finally actually managed to get the eye contact out. It was not a very pleasant, nor was it a very wonderful time. But it's okay. It's fine. We're fine. You live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. I just didn't have a good time. I did not have a good time. If I told you that that was not something that scared the absolute crap out of me, I would be lying. Because I was on the verge of tears the entire time, which I think is actually what managed to get the eye contact out. Because I remember it being in my right eye, from, like, my point of view, it was my right eye. It was not, I did not have a good time. It was horrible. Ugh. But it was completely worth it, because that year, on Halloween, I went to a contest. Well, I went to a place that was holding a contest, rather. I went to a place that was holding a contest. And this was a fun little, like, get-together. It was, I think it was a church or something that set it all up, right? I'm not necessarily religious myself, but I was like, candy, right? So I go, I have fun, I go with a couple family members, etc., etc. Had a wonderful time. I was walking around, right? Now, I was dressed up as, and you won't be able to believe it, I'm kidding, you will most definitely be able to believe it. If you know what Black Butler is, that was my costume. I was dressed up as CL Phantom Hive in the lovely pink dress, because if you know anything about me, you know I absolutely, I love huge dresses. I have 3 crinolines in my closet right now, one of which is cut because I also got another huge dress that is, I used it a couple years ago for the Renaissance Fair for an Alice in Wonderland thing that I had done for myself. Needless to say, I had a wonderful time. I was going around, and the thing about me is, at the time, I can't do it very well anymore, but at the time, I was practicing it every single day, just for Halloween. And I managed to get CL Phantom Hive's voice down almost exactly. So, needless to say, whenever someone recognized me, I was not talking normally. Hi! Hi! How are you? How you doing? I'm telling a lovely little story from a couple Halloweens ago. Where was I? Oh, right! I dressed up, and as CL Phantom Hive, let me clue you in here, dressed up as CL Phantom Hive, right? And I learned his voice. I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. I'm having a wonderful day, and I hope you are too. And if it isn't wonderful, it's gonna be. 'Cause I'm here. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh goodness gracious. I'm so sorry. Anyway. I got all dressed up for Halloween. Learned the voice of the character that I was living with, right? That I was vibing with, that I was dressed up as. Now, you won't believe what happened, Ryu. Let me tell you what happened that day. I was completely unaware I was completely unaware of the fact that there was a contest happening, right? Now, I did learn this, like, earlier on at the night, but I did not remember it because I did not care. Alright, I was there. I'm not even gonna lie, okay? I don't care if this is a religious event, if this is I don't care what it is, okay? It could be sacred, alright? I'm not going to deny anything, alright? Free candy. That is all I have to say. That is the one thing you can buy me with. You can commit a murder in front of me, and if you give me a Kit Kat, you best believe I'm testifying with you, okay? I'm a very simple bunny, okay? You give me candy, I shut up. You give me candy, and I'm legally blind in both eyes. And I'm 47% deaf in my left ear, and 100% deaf in my right. I heard and I saw nothing. Just give me a Kit Kat. But you better listen, you may be able to buy me with a Kit Kat. Alright. But, you cannot buy me with a normal Kit Kat, okay? That thing better be a king size, at least. Alright, that's how you shut me up. And if you get me M&Ms, they better be mini. That is how I roll, alright? But I went into this event happy. I was like, hell yeah, let's go. Candy, and I don't have to walk to a bunch of houses. I just go to these little areas and I go around the circle, right? I was like, yeah, that's fine. There's a bunch of tables, a bunch of candy. I was happy. So these two girls come up to me, super excited because they recognize the character, right? And I'm like, oh, bet! So I went straight to doing the voice instantaneously and immediately because I was like, oh, this is gonna be very fun for me. So I started doing the voice. I got excited. I got very excited because I wasn't really sure who was going to recognize the outfit or the character at all, because Black Butler at the time did not have that lovely trailer. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that that's actually going to come out now. You can't possibly, you can't begin to comprehend how happy I am that Black Butler is coming back as a series. It makes me happy. I can't begin to explain to you how happy it makes me. You have no idea how much I have loved and cherished that series from when I was a ripe 12 years old. But because the series at the time was super, super old, and no one really knew what it was, and whenever I mentioned it, no one would really recognize it or know about it or anything, so I was like, it's fine. I got excited. Super excited. Understandably excited at the fact that these two girls just recognized the character, recognized where the character was from, and recognized the specific thing that happened in said episode that put this poor young man into a dress and a corset, right? So, with all of that happening, I was entertained with these two girls who were super excited. They wanted to take a picture with me, and I was like, bet, let's go! Right. Turns out, while all of this was happening, I don't know who signed me up for the event, because you had to sign up to be in the little contest that they did, right? I somehow ended up winning this costume contest, this little Halloween costume contest that they had there. I somehow ended up winning it, half and half, me and this little kid. It was, $300 for the winner, right? So I was like, split it in half, I take 150, you take 150, we good, right? I bet you that, I hope that kid feels absolutely wonderful about winning that money, because it was awesome. I loved that, right? That was a great experience for me, and I hope it was a great experience for the kid too. But I didn't even sign up for that thing, so needless to say, I was a bit surprised when they were like, hey, these two people just came up to me, these two adults, that I did not recognize, because I didn't even live in the area where we had gone to that event, right? I live about, like, 6 hours away from where we had that event. Well, lived 6 hours at the time, I'm probably farther now, but I was completely unaware. They were like, hey, what's your name? I was like, oh, Spade, right? And then they were like, okay, and then they left. And then I was like, okay, back to candy. So I was shoveling candy into my bag like a lunatic. Went all the way around the little tables. And the table, it was all really cutely decorated. There wasn't really like too much theming going on, but it was Halloween. It was Halloween enough, right? And then later, I hear my name like over the speakers, and I was like, what? Did I do something wrong? Is the dress too big? Am I blocking people's way? I probably was. I did end up actually wearing that to school at one point on my last day to school. I don't know if that was the best idea for me to have done, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cause, I mean, shoot, I was a senior. I was gonna get out of there anyway. I might as well go out happy, you know? If I want to wear a huge dress to my finals, leave me be, right? But I ended up winning the contest. Me and this little kid. We split the money. And this kid just got the largest grin on his face. And I was like, ah. And I was like, your costume is so cool. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And so we went, afterwards, I ate somewhere that I had never eaten before previously, and I did not know it existed. There was a place that I had never eaten from called Chick-fil-A. I know that sounds incredibly counterintuitive. I know you probably don't believe me, but at the time I did not even know what Chick-fil-A was. So, when I went with my mother and my sister to Chick-fil-A, and we got the Chick-fil-A and we ate it, I was like, the chicken tastes kind of sweet. I wouldn't eat here again, but I like it, right? Now, obviously, I know what Chick-fil-A is, and the lines are longer at Chick-fil-A than they are at the DMV, but you know what? It's fine. Because as a Cuban, I'm not used to the palate used. The palate used in Chick-fil-A does not work with what X would call my slave diet, so it's fine. It's fine. It's just really funny, and I feel bad. I feel so bad for the people who are there waiting in line for an hour trying to go through. I once saw a Chick-fil-A. Me and my cousin were passing by it. We were just driving past it because there was, I forget what store we were going to, if it was a Target or something, but we were going to a store, and there was a Chick-fil-A. And the line was so long, it circled around the Chick-fil-A twice, and get this, circled around the parking lot of the bank next to it, in the lot next to the Chick-fil-A, and took part of the parking lot from the store that me and my cousin were going to. And I just hope those people got their food before that place closed. Because imagine being there, waiting for like hours for like a chicken sandwich, and then they're just like, sorry, no, the place is closed, sorry. Yeah. That'd suck. I would feel horrible. So, because I do not have time for all of that, I'm kidding, I have the time, I just don't want to be in the car for that long. Because in my own head I feel like I don't have the time for that, I will be sticking to McDonald's and Wendy's. Thank you very much. Back to Halloween. We ate at Chick-fil-A. Had never been there in my life. Didn't necessarily like the taste of the chicken, don't at me. Ate it anyway, because I am not a picky person. If there is food, I will eat it. And went home, had a lovely night. Ate half of my candy haul in one sitting. Mind you, I was so sugar-starved that I started eating candy I didn't even, know the names of. Candy that I didn't even like. There's one candy that I absolutely hate, and I don't know why I hate it so much. I don't know if it's the flavor, I don't know if it's the texture. I do not like Tootsie Rolls. I hate Tootsie Rolls so much. I do not like them. I would sooner bury myself alive and get stricken down by whatever deity there may be than eat a Tootsie Roll. I hate them. I despise Tootsie Rolls. But I can't say much because I know a couple people that do like Tootsie Rolls. And I like a candy that a lot of people do not like. I like a little candy called candy corn. Now, I don't know if y'all know what candy corn is. I hope y'all know what candy corn is for my sake, because I absolutely love candy corn so much. Candy corn brings me life, it brings me joy, it brings me everything I could possibly want in something, okay? It's delicious. It is so good. I know, like, some people think that it's, like, overly sweet, and then people are like, oh, it's made of wax and ba 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 ba. You know what has more wax? Do you know what has more wax than candy corn? The outside of an apple, okay? Do not get on me about my candy corn, because it will not go well. Candy corn tastes good. It may be slightly too sweet for a lot of people. I understand that. I comprehend that. However, allow me to bring forth this. Whatever goes into my mouth is my business. Okay. That did not sound right. But, I mean, it's true. Whatever goes into the thing that I'm using to talk an excessive amount is my business, right? If I want to shovel an entire bag of candy corn in less than 30 seconds into my mouth and play Chubby Bunny for absolutely no reason, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I can't with myself, man. I really do like candy corn, though. I love candy corn so much. And it sucks because every single time that I say that, every single time that I'm like, oh, candy corn, I want it. Can I have some? Because everyone's always trying to throw away their candy corn. I'm like, no, 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 no. Hello, I'm the trash can. Let me recycle it for you. I shall put it back to Mother Nature myself, right? Everyone always looks at me, like, or side-eyes me, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's candy corn. It tastes good to me. I like the taste of it. I really do like the taste of it. I'm not sure why I like candy corn as much as I do, but I really like, I love candy corn so much. You know what? This actually made me want to go get a bag of candy corn. I think I will. I think I will go get a bag of candy corn. I think I should get a bag of candy corn. And when I get that bag of candy corn, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to post this on Twitter. Okay, I'm going to time myself. I'm going to get a bag of candy corn. I'm going to post it. The candy pumpkins are so good! I'm going to post it, I'm going to eat the entire bag, and I'm going to post the picture of the empty bag. Okay? Oh, I just read the first part of that. Sorry, I saw candy corn and then I saw candy pumpkins and I was like, oh, those are so good. Thank you. No, you're wonderful. But, yeah, I love, candy corn. Candy corn is so good. I love candy corn. I could live with without candy corn. I've been doing that my entire life, but candy corn is just something about the taste, something about the texture, something about the fact that as a young child I would bite off the white part and I would put it on every single one of my teeth individually, and I would have like a set of really weird looking teeth, you know. Yes, I was the child that did that. I'm not I'm not proud of that. Yes, I am. Who am I? I'm incredibly proud of that. I would bite off the tip. Pause. I would bite the tip of the candy corn off. Chocolate? Chocolate on them? Wait. They sell them with chocolate? Say psych right now. Do they actually sell them with chocolate? Hold on. Now I have to Google things. They sell them with chocolate? They sell them with chocolate. Oh my. I think I have to make a trip to the store real quick. I'm not even joking. I think I'm gonna go to the store. I did not know that they sell them with they sell candy corn with chocolate on it? Oh, but what kind of chocolate? Wait. Candy corn is walking sweet tooth and sugar coma. I like candy corn. Okay. Don't. No. We're not getting on my candy corn. Okay. I like candy corn. If you don't like candy corn, that's perfectly fine. Okay. But don't you dare bash on candy corn in my chat box. Okay. I will cry. I genuinely will. I will cry. Candy corn is good, man. What are you on? I do not have the. Yes, I do. I do have the biggest. I am a walking sweet tooth. You should have said that to me. Okay. This whole stream is giving me diabetes, bruh. Goes white, orange, and the the end is brown. Don't lie to her. Candy corn sucks. No. I like candy corn. Correction. I love candy corn. It is my favorite candy from Halloween. It is my favorite candy that has been invented. Okay. I don't even like candy like that. However, do not bash on my candy corn. I will cry. Hard caramels are amazing. They taste the best. Okay, listen. I like Twix, M&M's. Those are chocolates. Those are chocolates. Okay. Those are chocolates. Chocolates are fucking delicious. I'm talking about candy. Okay. Candy-wise, candy corn the whole way. I'm not taking no for an answer. Candy corn? Candy corn. Just thinking about it. I don't like Jolly Ranchers because they're really hard to chew. Says the person who chews gobstoppers. Okay, listen. My favorite candies. Cause chocolates, I love absolutely every single one. You're talking to someone who would avidly eat the Oreo cookies and cream bars. Okay. The fuck is Let me tell you what a fucking gobstopper is. You know what? Let me show you. I'm gonna show you what a gobstopper is. Gobstoppers are absolutely delectable. They're like jawbreakers, kind of. They're like jawbreakers, but they're a lot smaller. Hold on. Hold on. I need to show you what a gobstopper is. Okay. The Oreo bars are so good. But let me show you what a gobstopper is. Hold on. These are gobstoppers, okay? They are tiny little balls, right? They're like mini jawbreakers, right? Essentially is what they are. It's so good. It's so good. No, because, okay. No, listen. No, listen to me for 2 seconds, please. These are actually so good. Okay, gobstoppers are so good. Because at first they're very, very hard, right? But then, when you actually, like, when they start, like, melting a little bit, like, in your mouth, right? When the outside layer is gone, and you can actually chew it, that white part on the inside is so good. Pause. The white part on the inside is good. Pause. It's delicious. I love that's my second favorite candy because I do love candy corn. Gotta go back to working out. The calories are given. Wow. Look at the gobstoppers, man. Look at the delicious, delectable gobstoppers we got going on here, man. We're saying pause, young man. I'm just making sure that nobody takes my shit out of context. Okay. Jawbreakers think of Ed, Edd and Eddy. Man. Oh my lord. I remember the good old days of Cartoon Network. You know what I remember that no one else seems to remember? When I was younger... You know what? I would love to be Willy Wonka. I would love to live in a world made out of candy. Listen. Cookie Run Kingdom. Love the game. Love it so much. But if that place existed in real life, I can imagine it now. None of those cookies would be running. Those cookies, they're already running for their lives, but you know. Big Mom do okay, alright, listen. That hurts my feelings. Really? You're lucky you're a moderator. Listen. I only have two favorite candies, okay? Therefore, I am very passionate about these two favorite candies. And something else that I, like, really, really do enjoy that's more Christmas than it is Halloween. Ugh. Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Gingerbread cookies. Ugh. And I actually only recently tried them. I only actually tried, like, an actual gingerbread cookie about 2 years ago. It's incredibly recent. I know that seems weird and really out of place for someone who's living in the United States to not have almost never eaten a gingerbread cookie. The only reason I got it as well is because my sister got a gingerbread house. So I can't even possibly begin to imagine what like a fresh gingerbread cookie would taste like. I can only imagine how delicious it would be. Like nice and warm with a little glass of milk. I don't like dipping my cookies in milk, but I like to drink the milk separately. On occasion. Speaking of milk, let me tell you something right now. Everyone in my house be drinking milk like crazy, except me. I don't know if it's a Cuban thing. It might be. It very well might be. But I just do not drink as much milk as these crazy people do. There are currently 6 gallons of milk inside of my fridge. And by the end of the week, there will only be 1, if not half of 1. I don't know what kind of competition my mom and my cousin are having, but they are drinking more milk than an entire pack of baby cows. I don't understand how it works. I don't want to begin to find out. It's something. Me, I've only recently started occasionally drinking milk again. We don't have any Nesquik. So, because we don't have any chocolate to put into the milk, I've been doing something that I used to do a long time ago while I was a child. Go super soft on the stomach. I love it. It's great. It tastes good. It's delicious. Like I said, light on the stomach, which is very good for me after my food poisoning issue. A tiny little bit of vanilla. Tiny little bit of sugar. Put it in the microwave, or heat it on the stove. Depends on my mood. Depends on how much energy I'm willing to put in. And then put that in the oven. In the oven. Put that in the oven that is my stomach, okay? Mix it together, make sure everything's nice and mixed, and then take a sip. It's good. It's good. It's soft on the tummy. Feels good, feels nice, feels great, feels lovely. Right? With that in mind, with me not drinking as much milk, with my sister not drinking as much milk, there's gingerbread Pop-Tarts? Okay, listen. When it comes to these things, I am completely out of the loop. I don't know anything about them. So, like, I don't know, like, a lot of stuff when it comes to, like, foods. Gingerbread stuff specifically. I did not know gingerbread was a really good thing. I thought people were exaggerating about gingerbread. They come out during the Christmas season. Well, the second Halloween ends, there's already, actually, Halloween isn't even gone yet, and there's already Christmas stuff, like, absolutely everywhere. So, you know, split the diff. We'll get there eventually. Oh, I love the Halloween stuff is really cool, and then the Christmas stuff is so pretty. I love the Christmas stuff. The Christmas stuff looks gorgeous. I love it. I tried to take the hood off, but I feel so naked without it. Ugh. There you go. Goodness gracious. Horror movie marathon. See, that's a hustle I respect. I hope you have a lovely horror movie marathon. 'Cause personally, just me, I could never. I cannot with horror things, just in general. I don't get scared, but my brain has been having some very vivid nightmares recently. not even nightmares. Like, I see them as nightmares because when I actually think about it, I'm like, oh, that's not good, right? But in the actual process of the dream occurring, I don't really feel fear or anything. I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was fucked up. That's kind of the process of it. But I've been having really, really vivid dreams. And I wake up and I'm like, what? What happened? So I'm scared of what would happen if I give my brain any actual, like, stuff to use. Because if I give my brain actual, like, material, it's over. My brain right now is functioning on what little it has from, like, years ago with Resident Evil 4 and yet right? I don't want to see my brain actually coming into thoughts and coming into fruition of something that is horrifying by today's standards, because CGI and graphics and everything and even practical effects have gotten way better than they used to be. So if my brain gets a hold of that material, I'm done. BunBun is over. I'm not coming back from that. I don't think I ever will be able to come back from that. But I always I'm grateful that I do not get the nightmares that I know some people do get. I'm not gonna name names or point fingers. When this person watches it, they're gonna know I'm talking about them. I am so sorry for those nightmares that you keep having. I'm not easily disturbed, and when you explain them to me, I get scared, right? I hope you have better dreams, honestly. Regardless, I don't know if you can hear it. I can definitely hear it. I think I'm getting sick. I am going to end the stream here and go take Tylenol just in case my body is beginning to get sick. So, oh, hold on. Oh god, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. I wish you all a lovely day, a beautiful spooky month. Have a good morning, noon, or night, whatever it may be for you. Let's hope I don't get sick. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of this stuffy nose during tonight and tomorrow so that I'm good for Friday. I wish you well. I wish you a lovely day, a lovely week, a lovely morning, noon, or night. If you have to sleep, I hope you have a lovely dream. I hope you dream of eating your favorite food or doing your favorite activity. I hope that if you don't want to eat something, that you do, because eating is healthy and it's necessary for your survival. So if you're gonna eat something good, eat something you like. And if it's not necessarily healthy, it's fine. Man, it's Halloween. You're gonna get your bucketfuls of candy anyway. And if you can't eat something sweet, eat something you like, man. Case in point, eat something you like, okay? Food is good for you. Food is important. Food is delicious. That's my point. So, with that in mind, have a good morning, noon, or night. If it's day for you, I hope you have a good day and then a good night's sleep. And if you get tired in the middle of the day, I hope you have the ability to take a nap. I bid you adieu. I bid you farewell. Goodbye, my beautiful little lovelies. Until next time. Mwah!